All right, enough of the news. This section I'm going to call Bizarre Behaviors. And first off, I have Galen Windsor. He worked with nuclear materials. He held it in his bare hands. He swam in the waste. He ate, drank. And in this little clip, he licks his hand where some uranium dust, and he claims it's not soluble in body fluids. I think he or someone else had also claimed that lead was not soluble in body fluids.
You pour it out in the hand, and that's radioactive contamination. Is it radioactive? Yeah, it is. Very radioactive. Now, decontamination is nothing but scooping it back up and putting it into the bottle. I just now decontaminated my hand. No, I didn't do such a good job. Not good at all. Is it still radioactive? Yeah, that's called residual radioactivity. Now, under the decontamination rules of the government, when you decontaminate somebody like this that's that contaminated, and this is certainly a reportable incident under current DOE regulations, when you decontaminate him, it has to go down a controlled drain so that you don't disperse radioactivity. Do I qualify as a controlled drain? That material that I just ate is not soluble in body fluids. Like it's been this.
The next group of people we got are the fake sign language interpreters. We're going to start off with this lady who's been busted on fraud charges, and she kind of confidenced her way into the job and just really wasn't vetted.
So how did she come to be translating at last week's high-profile police news conference?
I just didn't ask enough questions.
Tampa Police Public Information Officer Steve Hegarty told me the woman simply showed up out of the blue and offered her services.
My immediate reaction was, I didn't call for a sign language interpreter, but that's great that we have one here. I let her in.
Did this woman appear to know what she was doing?
To the untrained eye, and that would include mine, I didn't see any problem.
This next interpreter was at the Hurricane Irma briefing, and he claims that the language used in emergency situations is different than language used at home, where he speaks sign language to one of his family members.
Evacuation order, but look at the sign language interpreter on the right. He's actually signing total gibberish. What's he really communicating to deaf citizens caught up in the hurricane crisis? Words like pizza, monsters, and the sentence, help you at that time to use bear hug.
And finally, the one that kind of started it all, the Nelson Mandela Memorial Service fake sign language interpreter. This one made a lot of news because he was so close to President Obama. He claims he was having a schizophrenic hallucination where he was seeing things, including angels.
God and King, who is full of compassion, God of the spirits of all flesh, in whose hands are the souls of the living and the dead, receive, we beseech you, in your great loving kindness, the soul of Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, who has been gathered unto his people.
And I'm going to close out this video with something that's not really bizarre behavior, but that's just kind of bizarre. Because I grew up watching Bill Nye the Science Guy explain rudimentary science to us in middle school. But turns out his breakthrough role was Speed Walker in a show called Almost Live.
The reporter, Jeff Bimmel. The story, Seattle's ever-changing skyline. And what better place to view it than Seattle's most famous landmark, the Space Needle. Even on a blustery day, from up here, the city looks serene, secure, safe. But then, my God, someone's trying to steal the Space Needle. I've got to do something. How long does it take for the elevator to get all the way down?
41 seconds.
I'm sorry, ma'am, that's just not fast enough. This looks like a job for... Speed Walker.
Yes, it's Speed Walker, a physically fit superhero who fights crime while maintaining strict adherence to the regulations of the International Race Walking Association. Heel toe, Speed Walker.
May I see your ticket stub, punk?
Who are you?
I'm Speedwalker.
Yes, Chief.
Officer, here's someone I think you'd like to meet. It's your gridiron culprit.
Thanks, Speedwalker.
Tourists think they can park like they do anywhere.
Uftaban, a domestic disturbance on 22nd, in progress.
Uftaban, understood. It's a little busier than I thought. I gapped the plugs last week. She's flooded. We'll have to walk, that's all. I mean, it's Ballard. Nobody's going anyplace.
This is where you gotta play it especially cool, these domestic quarrels. These can be real dangerous, even in Ballard. This is where you really earn your pay, right here.
You're going to take the accordion lesson.
I am not taking the accordion.
Your mother told me to tell you to take the accordion lesson.
All right, what's going on here? Break it up.
Stan Borison made $1 million.
I know. What's the problem here, gentlemen?
Lone kid doesn't want to take us accordion lessons.
What? I'm not taking accordion lessons. The accordion is lame.
Hold it right there.
Right, you bet.
Look, young man, you fold up that accordion, you go in that music store and take your lessons right now.
I'm not taking
Go!
See what I told you?
I don't want to have to tell you again.
Yeah. Right, go on then. I'll wait for you. You come back.
God, kids today, sir.
What are you going to do with them?
Good dog, good dog.
Good dog.